The core. Seal 4 of 7. Here we are again, still on the tip of the piece that didn't fit. Better to just move forward and thus beyond that specific piece for now. Trust these next words. We will cycle back to it. Forward is the way which eventually brings us back. Until that point in time, best to fill the space with something new, something different from before, but not an opposite, not an equalizer, an angle outward. Let's say 90 degrees exactly. I envision myself walking toward a wall, then watch as I shift 90 degrees and begin walking up the wall. Follow me up the wall. I'm glad you decided to join me here in this particular dimension. Continue with me to the end, and by the end we'll be walking on water. Not from loss of weight, but because of consciousness. We'll just ask the water politely if it would keep us afloat. Continuously knock on any door and eventually it will be answered. Open up. We're here at the core of things. It's a uniquely chaotic place, if you've not been able to tell already. But pay attention to the nothingness long enough, and soon enough, there are certain things that start to form and then take shape. It isn't until one of these shapes speaks to you out loud that you nearly shit yourself, either by fear or by general surprise. Do you think that, where? Oh, no one's here. I wonder who I've been talking to this whole time. I'd ask you, but you're not here, so why even bother? I'm going to think to myself for a minute. You should take this time to ask yourself if you even wish to continue listening. Does it not feel like the words I'm using have a certain buoyancy to them? Hello? Nope. Guess I'm still talking to myself. Which isn't a bad thing now, but I wonder what it's going to be like when I run out of interesting things to say to myself. If you're currently thinking the level of weirdness has risen, then I have good news. You are correct. It most definitely has. Even I have reached a point to where I'm not sure what's going on. But I expect that here. This is the core. Think of it in terms of molten rock. Nothing is set in stone. Nothing is ever actually at rest. Every inch moves, and moving constantly with consistency that nothing can touch with a 10-foot pole. That reminds me of a gay joke. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding! Sorry. My apologies. Couldn't resist. Might be disconcerting to some, however. I don't care, because I just reminded myself that I'm by myself. Since I'm not offended, then there's nothing to say, nothing to explain or defend. Only I exist here. But I could bring you here, as easy as waking up. However, I can only keep you here in mind. You're only a thought here. And I'm self-aware that the same goes for me. These are some of the realizations that come forth from the core. It's in here where I would be afraid of losing my mind had I not already lost it. In the core, sanity and madness become characters you can actually talk to. I know. I've met both of them during my time in the core. Keep your conversations brief with sanity, or it might bore you to death. However, feel free to be in the company of madness all day. Somehow, it always finds a way to keep even the most regular of things wildly entertaining. But if you do spend time with madness, be sure to step away from time to time for a time, or madness will begin to rub off onto you. Time to step up and begin walking out. By the time you begin, I will have already finished, and will be making my merry way toward the beyond, where great things are hiding, waiting to become known. So far, it's known that great understanding hides within the point of view, great power hides within the perspective, and great mystery hides within the different shades of light. Shine your light this way and illuminate the path for me. I think I've lost myself along the way, or the way has become lost within myself. Either way, I'm having trouble seeing in the dark. I'm tripping over jagged pieces of emotions scattered everywhere, all while bumping into solid mental monuments. Excuse me. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Actually, I don't need your light. I'm just going to lie down right here and take a nap. I'm sure I'll be fine. However, I wish you luck leaving the core on your own. This venture would not be the first. However, if you successfully get out, then that would be a first. I've been looking for a way out of the core my entire life. Mostly with the single motivation of sharing with the outside world all the unique things that go on in the core. My core is made of liquid gold. I glow, energy radiant from my core. Come and join me in the warmth within. I wanted to learn about relations and things relative. I spoke with a dark energy spirit from one of the many grimoires I was told, as well as shown how we as humans all relate, as well as how all things relate. Since then, my celestial family has grown substantially. The earth has shrunk greatly, and everything in between has linked up, revealing the connections. This is what I can show you. This is not like that. That is similar to this, but this is not like that. To relate any two things, a third thing must be injected to produce the link which connects the two. Now, sometimes it's better to just let the math work itself out, just in case it doesn't work out. Those more mathematical may have as well made the connection between algebra and the root of its applicable function. At the core of algebra is substitution. You can substitute this for that, so long as one can properly identify what is this, what is that, and properly recognize and place other variables within the correct formula. So numbers aren't always needed to do math. People, places, things, and even situations are needed to do math. Example, you're at a bar. And while you're there, you see that this person is there. Suddenly you see that person walk into the bar. You know both of these people and they don't get along well. Add alcohol, and this will equal a bad situation. What? Calculating isn't the difficult part. Math can be done with words, colors, shapes, anything and all things, because all is mathematical. And no matter what people try to minus out, in the core, things are always adding up, syncing up the correspondence in the core.